Okay, grade 12. If you look at our 0.3333, the result that we got when we divided 1 by 3, you will see usually when we start with our question papers, we start with instructions saying that you must round off final answers to 2 decimal places. Now in this case, I'm going to show you 2 decimal places rounding, because this is the one that you're going to use most in the paper. You must just, however, be aware that per question you can get another instruction. It's going to be like so. If I want to round off to 2 decimal places, I want 2 decimal places. In other words, after the comma, I want 2 digits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the third digit. If this third digit, in other words, the digit after the one to which I want to round, has a value of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then this 3 cannot make that 3 a 4. In other words, I cannot make it the next number. When I round it in this case, it will then simply be 0.33. You have it? We look at the next number. If it's a 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, then we cannot make that 3 the next number. If I go back, if we wanted to round here correctly, we would have written 0.33. Now the same is true here. Again, if I want to write to 2 decimal places, decimal places refer to the number of places that I take after the comma. There is your first decimal place, there is your second decimal place. So I look at the third decimal place. That is a 3. This 3 is not able to make that 3 a 4. So my answer is simply 33.33. Let us work a little bit more on rounding. Let us look at the number 0.68752. I want to round this off to 2 decimal places. In other words, I just want 2 digits behind the comma. What do? I look at the third place. There is a 7. Now this number, 7, if it's a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, or a 9, then this 7 can make that 8 the next number. In other words, 68 will become 69. You will see in this case, yes, that 7 is bigger than 5, or it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So in this case, I can make it 0.69 if I round off to 2 decimal places. Here's one for you to do. Quickly round off for me. 0.62344. Round for me off to 2 decimal places. Let's see if you are okay with this now. Aha, I'm quite sure you could do this. We looked at the third place and we saw there are 3, and then we realized that that 3 cannot take that 2 to the next number. So it's going to stay just 0.62. You have that, grade 12? Easy stuff, ne? MathLit is nice and easy, but we must know what we are doing. We must not wonder what we are doing. Let's look at this one quickly. Grade 12, this one must only be rounded off to 1 decimal place. It may happen from time to time that the question will ask you for a specific rounding, and then it is very important that you must stick to the instruction. If we want to round off to 1 decimal place, I only want 1 digit after the comma. So if I go and look at the second digit, I see it is a 2. And if I look at that 2, can that 2 make the 3 a 4? No, it will stay a 3. And hence, if I round off to 1 decimal number, I only have 0.3. Again, here's one for you to practice. 0.226. See quickly if you can do it. Round it off for me to 1 decimal place. There you are, grade 12. I'm sure you could do it. What was your answer? Did you say, if I want 1 decimal place, I must go and look at the second decimal place? And then you saw that on the second decimal place, there was a 2. So if I take that 2, I cannot let that 2 make this one the next number. So my answer will simply be 0,2. Fine? And just as the last one, you will see from time to time, you will also be asked to round something off to the nearest whole number. Now, what is a whole number? A whole number is a number that do not have a comma. In other words, we are now going to round off to a number which is comma free. There will be no comma. So what we do is we look at the first number after the comma, because this number is going to determine whether the 1, which is in front of the comma, can become 2 or not. This 2 cannot make that 1 a 1. A 2. Do you agree? It's only a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8 or a 9 which will be able to take that 1 to the next number. So if I round this one off to the nearest whole number, it will simply be 1. But if you want to write 1, 0, you are also perfectly correct. They mean the same thing. Remember what I said to you earlier on. There are different ways in which we can express numbers or number values. Look at this last one. It's one for you to try again. Please, 11,833. Round it off for me to the nearest whole number. In other words, make it comma free. Take out that comma, make it a whole number. Let me give you a moment. Yes, grade 12, I'm quite convinced that you were able to do this. We want to make this a whole number, so we look at the first number after the comma. This is a 8. Now, because that 8 is bigger than 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, I can make it the 11 to become now a 12. My 1 there, that one there, the first in that place there, my units, that will take the next number, and therefore it will become 2, or 11.8 will become 12 if we round it off to the nearest whole number. Fine, grade 12?